Okay, it looks on. Is it on? It looks on. Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what I want to see. I have to, like, use our Lord and Savior Sirix's guide to make sure I don't accidentally boop myself into the, screen part. Screen lock? No. It won't let you broadcast past a certain point, so I got a capture card. And, capture card is not set up yet. So, I gotta do, like, admin this weekend. Oh, no. Again. Alright, we have sound and picture. Hello everyone, my name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. Welcome to your Yakuza Like a Dragon stream. We stream all of the Yakuza Like a Dragon games, including the Judgment games. Judgment will be next. This is Yakuza 7. We are living in the future. It's true. I gotta, like... The thing about setting up the Mac to stream is that Mac already has OBS on it. So I just need to find it, hook it up, which it's a Mac, that's like 2 cords. So just have to find it and the 2 cords that it needs, and then make sure that the other cords are located and where they're supposed to be, and then I have to test it. Gonna try to do that on Saturday is my current goal at this point. Last weekend, I spent all weekend making a list of repairs for the new house based on the inspection report and crying it was too much. It's not like it's like that big of a deal that there's some stuff that needs to be updated. It's not even like, it's not a big deal, like, in the grand scheme of things, but in the small scheme of my being incredibly overwhelmed and not wanting to make lists in Word, it was not fun. But this weekend, capture card, I gotta get it done. So, cause this is the finale. There's a limit to how much I can put this off. It was not fun, no, and now, my most hopefulest plans are clearly not going to happen, because my hope was that we could get some of the big deal stuff that is, because it's not even, like, my preference would be to not be inside the house when other random people I don't know are in the house, and especially not when those people are making a lot of loud banging noises. I don't like it. I always get really upset and anxious about repair guys, and it's not because I'm like afraid of them or anything. I am just like, there's a story about Hirohiko Araki where, like, someone came over, I think I told this before, but, like, he opened the door, I think it was one of his wife's friends, but he didn't know the person, and he yelled, "Ah, stranger!" and slammed the door shut, and that's kind of how I feel about things. Not to mention, like, you don't know if people are gonna wear masks even if you ask them to, and, so I'm gonna have to wear a mask the whole time because of the long COVID. And also just, like, it's so loud. It's mostly in the past been like, there's someone in here and they're a stranger. So I'm already like, even when they're really nice, and they frequently are. But, like, also the scheduling stuff is really upsetting because, like, it's can be really difficult to get people to come out, to get them when they're supposed to, you know, all of that stuff is really hard. And all things having to do with scheduling, I find make me want to cry. Strangers are, I mean, I'm just like, I am too tired, and I have been through too many things not to just admit when I'm just like, I'm a little freaked out when by strangers. Not like so much that I'm like, you know, not gonna do the things, but like it's stressful. And then in the past, when it hasn't been a like, you know, pre-COVID, it was more of an issue of like, it's so loud. It's so loud. And sometimes with as small as that house was, when people were doing things, it would like bang in such a way that you could feel it. And that just makes you want to lay on the floor and howl. like a little kid. Dago Quest. Ooh, Ultra Booster. I'll take that. Like, just like I used to do when I was little, and just be like, just, you know, like, if something is loud and sharp to the point where I can't block it out with my headphones, and it's causing, like, vibration stuff, I mean, some of this stuff, it's not about, like, it's always more, you know, it's like, what is it gonna be like for the long term? And so, like, I get myself together as much as I can. I do the things. Josh does most of the talking to people, and I try to just go away. And, yeah, that works pretty well. But, like, my hope was that some of the larger, more banging-y things that need to be done to the kitchen would be done before we moved in. And, seems like no. I'm not surprised by that because, like, you know, time frames being what they are and people are still having trouble getting supplies. So, like, I'm not, like, mad about it or anything. It's not what I was hoping for, but I'm not surprised to hear that. But my current hopeful state is that some of the other things that need to be done could be done before we moved in what's looking like it's gonna be 1st of July. But, like, I don't know if that's gonna be possible. It may be that we have to do that stuff after we've moved in. That's not what I wanted, but, like, I just, at a certain point, I just want to move in. So, yeah, it's not, like, you know, I mean, everything when it comes to, like, moving large purchases, having to have repair guys do large things, it never goes exactly like how you would hope, but it frequently is fine afterwards, and I just, you know, I want this stuff to be fine for the long term, so, like, I'll deal with it. I just, like, well, I would like to know, like, what it's gonna be like, so that I can, like, at least plan for that, because, like, no, this is not what I was hoping for, but, like, it's okay for it not to be what I'm hoping for, as long as it just bees, you know what I mean? As long as it is, at the end of the day, like, I'll fucking deal with it, you know? Like, it doesn't matter if you have the money in your bank account. If the man can't get the cabinets, then he can't get the cabinets. And that's just is what it is. I mean, like, putting the stuff that needed to be done in a topical order was kind of more upsetting, honestly, than even being told that, like, it couldn't go the way that I wanted. Because, like, yeah, I kind of, you know, it's like any big project. Thank God for my, like, design training, because it's so helpful. But, like, for any big project, you kind of want to, like, at least, you know. Oh, we have it! Daigo quest has been completed! We're gonna go back. We're gonna get Daigo. But, like, any kind of large project is, like, that's great and all, but, like, what is it possible to do? And, you just kind of have to deal with that, you know. It never goes off like you want. You design plan for ideal circumstances, and if you're lucky, out of like 5 or 6 ideal circumstances, if you're lucky, you'll get one. Daigo Quest! I mean, it is difficult. I don't like it either. I'm just like, what I don't want to do is say we'll fix that later and then just never do it. Which, like, I mean, that I don't want to do, but I don't think that we will. It'll be fine. I made a list. I have a list. I put it in my Trapper Keeper. So, it's all good now. I got a list of my Trapper Keeper. I bought a second Trapper Keeper. Oh, no, wait. Chinatown. Yeah. I was looking at that Trapper Keeper, and I was like, number one, I just feel like it's ableist against people with ADHD that you ever stopped, like, stocking this. Lol. That's a joke, but, like, it's so good for keeping track of bits. And so you can, like, put the bits into a better list for me, because it's like, you know, I even added extra little, Ziploc bags to keep all my bits together, because, like, I just be writing stuff around everywhere. Megan, does anyone else ever procrastinate on vacuuming because their cat will be sad? Oh yeah, I do that. I will do that. I'll just be like, but she's so happy. And if I start making loud vacuum noises, she's not gonna be happy. This is the wrong place. Whatever. This is not what I meant to do. Also, because I hate vacuuming. I mean, that's legit. I don't, like, love it. I want to do with the new house, because my cleaning regimen for the old house with the long COVID had essentially turned into, like, not cleaning. Like, it got kind of bad. Just wasn't doing it, because I couldn't. And, like, with the way that things were, we just weren't set up for me to become, like, intensely, like, fatigue disabled. Here we go. And so now I want to, like, come up with, like, I don't know, ways to manage that better. I've been thinking about it. I don't have, like, anything solid more than, like, I don't know, like more lists. But also, more lists. But also, like, I want to get some, like, upgraded, like, cleaning equipment that is, like, lighter and easier to use and move around, because, like, the vacuum that we have now is, like, just enormous. And oh no, but don't do that. Dang it. You can't disturb the cat. I mean, come on. Yeah, I wouldn't really try to get, like, a stick vacuum and maybe one of them vacuum robots, and I saw this mop thing that's supposed to be helpful, and I'm like, yeah, I'll try a mop thing. You know, I'm just like, well, I'll try some stuff, because, like, I gotta get more better than, like, nothing, because, like, I think that the house that we're gonna buy is, like, beautiful, and I would like to keep it, like, I think it will help my mental state if things are cleaner more often than they were in the Philly house, which they weren't because I just couldn't do it. With the stairs and just being sick all the time, like, I mean, I was doing it before, but like, it was not like, I think as easy as it could be, so I want to like, make it better. I can also set alarms and may do that because like, my cats, my wieners, they like to, these wieners, when they get their wet food, they like the meats, but they mostly are interested in the gravy. And so, like, we will... Adachi. Punch Solo. Phew. Oh, that was an interesting little glitch we got there. Not too many of those in this one. What I've done though, and so like what was happening is that the bowls were getting disgusting because the goobers were licking up all the meats, and then like they wanted to lick the gravy, but they didn't want to eat all the meats. So there's just this like de-gravied meats that nobody wants. And like I put a Thursday 9 a.m. alarm on that's like clean the cat bowls, and you know, I've been pretty good about it. I thought about like what time of day would work for that and like how much time it takes. I also got little silicone mats to put their disgusting meat feasts on, because like not only are they licking all the meats off and just leaving dry chunks of weird meats in the bowl, but like some people are very messy, and then the meats are just going everywhere, and I'm like, gross. So I got these silicone bowl mats for the they're for dogs, but I guess Reggie eats like a dog, because I'm like, how did you even get it here? So I could like fold it up on the wall. So, cause like, what the heck are you doing, guy? Gilda said, hey, we have a completed Daigo quest. Here we go. Yeah! Daigo! I got it! Yes! Daigo Doshima. Poundmate selection is expanded. Woo! Alright, I said I was gonna do the grind dungeon, and I do want to... Oh, for fuck's sake. I do want to do that! I just, want to check on the Hong Kong man before I go... Well, first of all, to Sottenbury to check on the Hong Kong granny, and then I'm gonna go back to Kamurocho and do the grind dungeon. I do not... You got the Watase one? Oh, nice. I like Watase as a character. I think he's fun. But like, Daigo is like... I don't know, I have a heart for Daigo. I feel like... I'm just like, let's just pretend like his appearance at the end of Yakuza 4 didn't exist. The games do, so we should too. This guy needs a bodyguard. Ah, he's the one, right, from like 5, right? Where he's like nice. He's the one who's like really, he's from the Omi, and he's like really into trying to like see the real Kiryu. Kachan. Alright, come on, Tro, you can do it. There he goes. Oh yeah, Oyaji, that guy? Yeah. Was he the one that was like there when Kiryu dodges the the rocket launcher in one shoulder and then just looks cheesed as hell? Ah, such a moment, y'all. I was like so excited to share that moment with y'all because I was just waiting for it. But I was like, this is a Yakuza moment. This one right here. Kiryu looking cheesed and being like, first of all, how dare you shoot a rocket launcher at me? And secondly, it's so rude. And secondly, you missed. Akiyama didn't want to accept Kiryu's deal of 1 versus 100, but Watase did. He's like, sure, do it. Give me the popcorn while you're at it. I feel like Watase was like, he can take him. And he can. He is, as Forstein said in that, the stream where we fought him, the immovable object. I mean, and like, I feel like Ichiban is in his way an irresistible force. Alright. The man is not here. I've never seen the Hong Kong command. We tried to get him to pop a bunch in my first playthrough, and it never ever worked. But I'm keep trying until we're done, I guess. I hope you're doing well, Get the Zed. I hope Megan's doing well. I hope Hawk's doing well. I hope everybody's well. Having a good one. I had a pretty good day today, even though I'm like a little bit spoggled in my brains, but I'm not in a lot of pain, so I'm gonna count that as a win. I managed to do some stuff that I wanted to do. I edited audio. What? I have audio and I edited it a little bit. I published a stream clip that I've been wanting to publish for a year. Thank you, new computer, for making that possible. I studied a little bit of Japanese. I mean, a very little bit, because I was like getting into it, and then my brain was like, audio editing, and I was like, fucking, you know what? Fine. You can have some audio editing, okay? I need to do the audio editing. You want audio editing? Fine. We can do that. I'll let you have that, okay? You just stop grizzling at me. I'll give you the thing that you want. My brain is like a cat. I have a relationship with it like I have with Reggie, where I'm just like, I understand, but like, could you please stop right now? He showed up in mine, so I can promise he exists. Those were a bitch. There was one in the subway that took forever to make pop up. I got that one! First time I looked, the Hong Kong people are real mysterious. Cause like, I was looking online the first time and like people were like complaining about it because people do not like squiffy RNG that messes with their plat attempts. They do not like that. But the ones that people were complaining about were ones that I got really easily. This is just such a crapshoot. Yeah, like right now the big thing to be like about is like the seals crafting. Although I am, I think 5 seals off of having all the Ishin seals crafted and applied. Which, if you're listening to this and you've touched Ishin at all, you know is like quite an accomplishment. We got all the heat moves. Oh, I already looked back there. Sorry. Poor lady. Feel bad. I don't feel bad about like wrecking everyone's like offices and their weird and not weird. They're very nice looking beer gardens that immediately get set back up again, so they're fine. I do feel a little bad about knocking people over. Whoa, you booted up Ishan yesterday and got like 5 seals in normie fights, 5 new seals. See, I was thinking like what I might need to do now is like push the story. Because I know that the seal drops get better as you go along, and we had just kind of like stalled in chapter 6 while I was like wienering around on the weapons completion. But now the only one that is left is one that like needs extra stuff, let's say. I mean, I don't think the fact that there is an Ammon fight in a Yakuza game is a legitimate spoiler at this point. Like, I've never done an Ammon fight on a stream, and I never ever will. But Josh has done them. They are things that we, you know, do sometimes, but I just don't like them because they're obnoxiously technical fights, and like I'm not good at tiger dropping because of my hands are too small. It's hard for me to hold the shoulder buttons down continuously and still reach the you know, PlayStation buttons. And I tried like a baby PlayStation like controller for that, but like it got messed up with the audio and it couldn't stream with it, and it's just like, this sucks. And I got like a paddle, like a back paddle add-on, but then I just never put it on, so maybe I should investigate that. My RB got literally busted by abusing Tiger Drop, had to replace the controller. Put on the back paddles, they changed my life. I would love to put the back paddles on, but they are like, I don't know where they are, because like ever since we moved here, which was in September, this is another thing that has been very upsetting, is frustrating. I don't know where anything is, and like I mean sometimes I've had like 2 solutions to that. I'm either like, I will buy an extra one because it doesn't matter if there's 2, I don't know, like if there's extra deodorant, I can't find, I know I have deodorant, but I can't find it, and I'm like, fuck, I'll just use it later, you know? Or I just decide I don't need it right now. I just bought a fancy $150 controller so it would have a built-in back paddles, and I regret nothing. Oh, nice. I should look into that. Is that the Xbox Series S that like Tim Rogers is always talking about being so good? Cause like, aren't you an Xbox person, Megan? What to do? Inta. Okay. I was just happy that this one didn't demand Mahjong or Hanafuda for completion. Those are what's stopping me from the K2 Platinum. Ah, it sucks! Gilded Zed, do you want some like Mahjong and like Koi tips for your Kiwami 2 completion? Because you say you had kind of like gotten into the Mahjong enough that the tips might actually make sense now. But I mean, I won't do that. Oichikabu, okay. I got strats for those if you want them. We also have a PS5, but I don't play serious games on it, so it does not have back paddles. Fair enough. Let's see if we can make these guys go to sleep. Ah, it sucks! Okay, one guy did. Okay, so basically, Mahjong strategy first. What you should do if you're trying to get your Mahjong completion for platinum is, if you're looking, you know, I think Kiwami 2, correct me if I'm wrong, I do believe does have, the translated tiles, is that correct? Because that does make it easier, because then you don't have to, like, the character tiles are numbers, but they're, like Chinese character numbers, so if you're not, like, familiar with that, that can make that a little bit harder. Because then what I did was I printed out like a cheat sheet, because I don't know. I mean, you could also like just save the PDF to your phone. But like that gave me the translations for the wins and for the characters, because like the dragons are not hard. I can sort those by color. They do have the numbers in it. Okay, that makes it easier. So basically what you gotta do, because usually the completions, I don't remember exactly what it is for Kiwami because they're a little bit different in different games, but usually the completions are get a certain number, like go out a certain number of times, so get a certain number of Ramen and Sumos, and then like sometimes there's like an additional thing where you have to get like a specific hand, Ran or Sumo, all tables and tournaments. Okay, yeah, that one's a little bit of a butt, I gotta say, but like, you know, obviously you're gonna want to employ your save scumming tactics, and save in between, you know, goes and stuff, but like, for that, it doesn't even really matter, especially if you got all the money. Like, you might as well stay in. So, for runs and sumos, what you want to do is set up so that you... I'm going to take him out. So that you have, like... You want it set up so it'll play a full round. So, like, you want a east round and a south round, because that gives you more chances to get points and to win and to get the run and the sumo. So if it says half game, quarter game, put it on half game. If it says half game, full game, put it on full game. And that'll give you a little bit more time to make hands within the actual game that you're playing, and it gives you more chances to run and sumo. And so like, yeah, get him with that. So that's the first suggestion. Second suggestion is just make sure you have the 2 Han minimum turned off, and that you have the red Doris turned on, because that'll give you more points, potentially. It's about maximizing the possibility of you doing well, the strategies, because, like, it is, in a way, it's like poker. So if your draws are bad, you're just gonna lose. Like, you know, use your cheat items if you have them, save them up for the harder tables. Sometimes you can tell also at the beginning of the game if it's like, if they're, I don't know if the luck mechanic is real big into, in some games it has more influence than others, but if you feel like you're getting bad draws, go off and like maybe do something else and then come back, and see if it's better. But what you want to go for are hands that you can steal with, and still have a Yaku to go out, because it's like poker in a way, in that you have to have a named hand, and some of the named hands, the Yakus, don't work if you steal, but the ones that will work if you steal are if you have 3 dragons, that always works. If you have 2 dragons, try to go for 3. If you have 1, go a few rounds and see if you can get the other one. Your seat, so if you're sitting on the west seat, then the west wind is your seat wind, because that one switches every time you switch rounds. So if it's west, then go for west. That'll work. If you're sitting west and you get north tiles, that's nothing. Get rid of those. Hot food is not too bad. But yeah, the tournament, the thing to keep in mind about the tournament, like the Rising Dragon tournaments and things that you do, is if you're starting to get your full ass kicked, you can hit the big center button and just quit out, and it won't affect your ranking. That's not true for the ones that cost money or tags, but there's usually a tournament that you can pay like 50,000 yen or something, and you can play as many times as you want. In that tournament, you can just dip anytime it starts not going your way, and you don't have to like sit there and let your like ranking go down. As long as you like get out of it before they do the rankings, then you're good. I would suggest going for Tanyao, which is Tanyao should be your backup, because it's not good points, but it is winning, and winning is important. Is this guy good for? I don't think I need to do that. I'm just gonna do this. But Tanyao is no, none of the dragons are wins. Those are the honor tiles, and no 1s or 9s. So if you can make a hand that doesn't have 1s, 9s, no dragons, no wins, and it's got the, you know, the triplets and the straights that you need, you can always go out, and you can steal for that one. That should be a backup though, because it's not very good points. The best thing to go for if you're not sure what to do when you first get your hand is to just go for like triplets, all triplets. That's called Toy. All triplets is worth 2 Han, so it's better points. You can get it with stealing, so it always works. And you can steal for triplets from everybody. You can only steal for straights from the person to your left. So if you're going for triplets, you have more opportunities to steal. That's kind of the best strat. If that's not working, then you know, try, and if you can get, because they'll stack too, so if you can get 3 dragons and get Toy, then you get 3 Han, and it's even more points. And the more points you get, the more likely you are to like win the whole round like you need to.